My name's Taylor Finn. I am the writer of the show and I perform in the show too. I think that it was sparked a lot through a lot of the spoken word that I was writing, which tended to be quite autobiographical in nature. I shared some of that work at a show that Kate O'Donnell from Transcreative was involved in, and from then on we've worked together to develop the show into a more realised project. The thing that I want people to get out of the show is a sense of hope and aspiration and joy, really. I think that it's very often that trans stories get told from a very tragic or negative point of view, and that's not to say that there isn't elements of the show that touch on some of the more personal or emotional stories that happen, but overall I would like people to leave the show feeling buoyant and uplifted and joyful.
This show feels really important for lots of reasons. I think some of it is kind of bigger about trans visibility and trans mask visibility. But I think on a personal level, I'm really wanted to support Taylor to kind of get their life back. And I think this show, you know, with pandemic and stuff around class and being trans, it can really knock you off your dreams and your hopes.
My name's Chuck and my role is the guitarist. I want people to reconnect with the importance of British music, and also music in theatre is just awesome. I think there's been a massive separation between music and the arts, and we've kind of put them in different boxes when it's such a huge way of expressing ourselves. Why has it been put onto a separate field? I want people to understand working class history in Britain. I want people to understand trans people. I want people to hear Taylor's story.
I'm Mina and I play drums in the show. I want people to hear trans folk telling their own stories. There's so much discourse about us and we're rarely heard telling our own stories in that. And so,
Well, the other boys at school would say, Billy's not like us. Ignited by the stars and with his eyes always skywards. Had himself a little dream of cruising to Cyprus.
So I'm Eliana Evans. I'm the musical director on this show, / producer / other things. The thing that I love the most about it is the idea of applying the trans lens to the lyrics of Pulp and Jarvis Cocker, and the idea that we are subverting the cis gaze and putting our trans gaze on it and finding meaning in those lyrics, and how that fits into Taylor's story growing up. I think that's really important because quite often we're not given a voice and we're not allowed to have our own lyrics. So just as, you know, people have done throughout time, is to let's repurpose these songs and find a new meaning in them.
It's my first time doing a whole run through, so this has been a real treat. No, it was really, really nice. It's kind of, I have to remember that I'm not a passive audience member, sort of getting really involved in it and then being like, oh wait, I have to play a keys.
I'm Lulu and I play bass guitar in the show. I've known Taylor since we went to school together, and for the past 30 plus years we've been promising each other we're going to make music together. And I finally found out about the project that he was doing and I signed up and here I am. I want them to get the fun and the energy from it and to take away the important sort of serious notes in it. But it's not a tragedy, it's sort of almost a call to arms. Like, we're here, we're not going anywhere, come join us.